In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now I immediately see a recognizable feature. Her long ponytail. I found her.
Wait! It's too dangerous to go alone.
Take this! Why are you handing me your sword? Sake of a dumb reference. Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Color me impressed that you managed to catch up to me so quick.
This calmness. Had she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it.
Promise me that you won't leave my side. And you can't do anything rash. If you can't agree to those terms, I'll have to force you into protective custody. This is a matter of life and death for you.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
I thought that I'd be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger, but she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure if she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up.
Hey, mind if I ask you something?
What is it?
There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President continues.
It's tough, being forced to fight your friends, huh?
We do it all the time.
Oh, sorry. You don't gotta answer.
She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
No, you're right. If I could avoid it, I would, but I believe in my friends.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight?
Of course
Or
not.
You think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe. I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
Will she believe that answer? I study Miss President's face, but when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpectedly gloomy look in her
What
eyes.
if you had to kill each other?
That's a giant no-no. Kill each other? I truly hadn't anticipated that question. I'm caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true. There's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
I wouldn't let it happen.
Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President casts her eyes down again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this? Felt a sense of incongruity. Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Can Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in us? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts she truly has? Certainly, it seems that her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that. And a slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race through my head while we walk down the hall.
What are you doing?
I thought I broke my nose for a moment. It's that invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I held my nose and waved away Miss President, who looks concerned.
There's an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then. Well, if I can pass through, it must only be blocking the tournament fighters. This world sure is out there.
No kidding. Miss President walks right through the place I had bumped into. So, that must be the case. As I'd imagined, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. Anyway, we're now at the stairs. The entrance leading into the school building is ahead of us. Did they remodel? But perhaps worst of all, is that the wall I had just walked into was blocking me from reaching there. I'll just have to find some other way. No, there are walls there too. And the same can be said for the directions towards the entrance. thought crossed my mind as I checked back the way he had come. It's as I thought. Another invisible wall had formed where I had just passed, and I can't go back. Walls in every direction. There's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. If I can't go anywhere, this can only mean one thing.
This probably means.
The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the entryway. It means my third round in the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is your snout okay, Sensei? Jeez, you're such a klutz.
You're still using that form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you've gotten peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. It looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly change up tactics.
Okay, so who's my next opponent?
Ooh, now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends?
No, not really.
Okay, with the next challenger, come on down!
The general doesn't pick up on my intentions and loudly yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out. And who should appear from that smoke but the person I was expecting to see? Four of us enter the TV together. Already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko. Then...
That's what I thought. You're the last of us, after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be next, too.
Yay, best girl! Chie laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her words and actions. But I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I had felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko too. But as they say, third time's the charm. I had to see if Chie's in her right mind. I decided that the best way to do that is to be calm and start a conversation with her.
Chie, you know what they're doing, right?
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me
Yeah,
off.
I know. The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right? Don't
Exactly.
worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the last case ended, but you're still our good friend.
You know, I never thought I'd ever hear you say that, Chie. Goodness.
I mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends. I had to keep killing over and over, all because of you humans!
Yeah, this isn't Chie at all. Now, this is just obvious. Chie is clearly not herself. It's so blatant. Her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but Chie would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's as good as confessing that you're not human. Right. Carnivore, was it? Miss President is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still. What Chie said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing over and over.
More stuff about killing, huh? Miss President was talking about it earlier, too. This must be.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. 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 I'll give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
She's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of Yasogami High be harboring? No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we've cleared up all the confusion between us.
Let's do this, Chie.
I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Rise's voice echoes through the area as if she was waiting for us.
Well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage. Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill, manage to eke out a win this time? Let's get this show on the road. Ready?
Okay, so now it's Yunarakami versus Chie Satonaka. Man, I hate that I have to find my favorite Persona 4 character. But hey, it's fine. I'm just gonna make this quick. Oh, wait. Good. So let's just go in with the standard combo. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, let's just do the little shock dive there to get her off guard. And we're just destroying them. Well, we're just destroying her right now. Holy crud. Anyway, I'm gonna try and use one of my other moves. Nope. Ow. Okay, jeez. Nope. Gosh dang, I'm trying to remember some of my other attacks, but oh well. We're just gonna finish her off with some standard combos. And a Zeodyne. There we go.
A round of applause for both sides.
That went well. I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breathing. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. Considering that this was my third time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all.
General Teddy has seen that the fights ended without any injuries and spits his words through the monitor. The image of the monitor on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I fought all the friends I came into the TV with, and none of them are hurt. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe. And then we'll be able to go home. I walk over to Chie and help her up off the ground. She's come back to her senses, and she seems a little sheepish.
I think so. Man, you're strong. I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
Look who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chie to reach her feet, and then tell her everything that's happened up to this point.
So the others are safe too? Oh, what a relief. I was pretty worried.
She is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchange smiles like nothing was wrong. This president sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
You guys really are tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case. Sure, I was surprised to hear such weird stuff coming from him, but I know he'd never say any of that to me. Wait a sec. Who are you?
Dang it, Chie. Oh, I forgot about that. Quickly introduce Miss President and tell Chie that she may be a victim of this case. But Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Huh? The student council president? You mean ours? That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
What are you saying? I'm the student council president. Who else would I be?
I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember.
Oh boy. Miss President stops moving. Oh, dang it, Chie. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not this. No, that's not that strange a question. Is it? But for some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from her. Chie and I share a tense glare.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My memories. No, I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Kill one another? I gasp when I hear the words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normal. I glance at Chie, then try to approach Miss President in the hopes of calming her down. Up, that backfired. Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if trying to ward off demons that only, she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President then he yeets her.
Chie!
What power! I barely manage to catch Chie before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, the sudden breakdown. What in the world's happened to Miss President? Once I've helped Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. I can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What?
No way!
Before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. She was jumping? For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. She and I look up in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling to charge directions and change directions. Gosh dang it, Gabe. and lands at a full run.
Wow. Who is that girl? Did I say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memories.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
I can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President's sad voice in my head. Chie apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her.
I'll wait
continues.
here. Make sure you rescue her, okay?
Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worrying about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. I ask Chie if she'll be alright on her own. She fires back, "Let me worry about that." I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I will save her no matter what. Like the Chad I am. Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway. Attempting to strike at the walls with my persona, but nothing happened.
So many invisible walls, one after another. Miss President can pass through them. I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if that's where Miss President is headed as well. If there's a shadow waiting for me there, I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rise should be in the announcement room. And if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running. Yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first, I think that this is a dead end. I realize that I can cut through a classroom and come out the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter the room rather than letting me go straight. This probably means. I brace myself and put my hand on the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind.
Hi. Senpai! Can you hear me? Please answer me!
That voice. Is that you, Rise? The real one?
Her voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. This has to be the work of Rise's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming from the PA system. This is indeed the Rise.
Where are you now, Rise? Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room. Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
Rise! What's wrong, Rise?
There is no answer. The communication has been cut off. As something happened in the announcement room, my heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament. They had captured Rise as well? It's clear to me that they must have been worried about her using her persona powers to tell us the truth. But that's not important right now. Even though the truth is always important, if she was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must think of Rise as being less valuable than those who had to fight. She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now? I have to hurry.
Pardon me for interrupting while you are lost in thought.
A hand brushes my shoulder in surprise. I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself get so lost in thought that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I've let myself get so distracted. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. I look up and see another unfamiliar face. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, girl. Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her, there's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment, I wonder if this is just an elaborate costume, but I can see the interior framework of her body, where her joints connect.
I didn't mean to startle you.
You're,
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aegis. And no, I am not human. You are the one from the introduction video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san, correct?
The question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me when did she say she wasn't human? When When Yosuke called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke. But when a stranger says it, it sounds like they truly believe it. This is a pain.
Nanako is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things.
No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyway. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from the subject. Clear my throat and try to start over.
Aiga-san, was it? Why are you here?
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows, but we have come to this world on a different mission.
The destruction of shadows.
She fights shadows? How can she do that if...
Does that mean...
Yes, I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
Just as I thought. Surprised to find any another persona user outside of my group of friends. And a robot on top of that. I can't come to grips with all of this. Well, from the way we were talking, she seems just like a normal person, only in an interesting suit. True, I've seen stories on the news about robots looking uncannily like real humans. But isn't something like this far beyond those? Still, I can't help but believe the evidence of my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TVs for the past year. Who am I to say what's strange or not? Perhaps the technology behind our creation has supernatural roots of its own. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here. But I have to put that aside for now. Something I need to find out from her first. This P1 Grand Prix. It's so similar to the events of last year, but I think that would involve someone like her. I don't have a clear picture of everything that's happened, that's for sure. Calm myself, then ask her what I feel would tell me what she's doing in this.
And what is this mission of yours?
She opens her mouth to respond, but just then... Gosh, dang it, Teddy. The monitor inside the classroom turns on. It's at that moment I suddenly remembered. It's likely that I'm going to fight here. I'd forgotten about sensing that when I entered the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei. I've been looking all over for you. Ooh, who's the honey? Were you in the middle of trying to score with her?
As if you didn't know. You're the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the fun. You're a bright boy, Sensei. You know what's coming next, don't you?
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to fight Icus, dang it. The general on the monitor gives me a twisted smile. Could Icus-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger that's being set against me. Icus-san seems to understand this as well. He is staring at the monitor with a quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Only the victor of each match may move on. Yes?
I have nothing against you, but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
Neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there should be no hard feelings.
Icus-san is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stance. A bitter thought comes to me. It's tough being forced to fight my friends. For some reason, having to hurt someone that I don't even know is tougher. Another thought comes on the heels of that one. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means that there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. It gives me the right to stop her on her mission. Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of understanding each other, then we should talk this over before we do anything.
That will not do. We will speak more of this after one of us wins.
Crud, I forgot. I just can read minds. Or something like that, I'm not sure. I guess say this so quickly. It's as if she's trying. It's just as if she's reading my mind. Gosh dang it! For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking. But I realize that she's right. What good would it do for us to talk things over? True, the loser cannot leave this room. But until we have a battle, neither of us is going anywhere. Doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better if we don't hear about each other's problems before we fight. That could be why Aiga-san hasn't told me anything. This must be her version of kindness. I silently ready my sword. Aiga-san appears to smile slightly when I do. Right. I'm not going to give up on what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe, and I have to make sure that Miss President is okay. I'll use everything I can to protect them. To thank her for her consideration. I make it a point to announce that I'm ready to start the
And
fight.
here goes. There's no need to hold back.
Indeed. Let us do battle.